Welcome to Wisdom Whispers. Like, share, and subscribe. Why do British and American English look so similar, yet feel so different? Why do Americans say elevator while Brits say lift? And why do their accents sound worlds apart? Today, we explore how one language traveled across the ocean and split into two. Our story begins in the early 1600s, when English settlers sailed from Britain to North America. The English they carried was the English of Shakespeare's time. Surprisingly, American English actually preserves several old pronunciations that modern British English has lost. Think about it. The language spoken in America started from the same point as the language in Britain. But as we'll see, their paths diverged dramatically. This initial journey set the stage for centuries of change, with communication being extremely slow in the 1600s and 1700s. English on each side of the Atlantic evolved independently. An ocean separated the two populations, meaning linguistic innovations in one place didn't easily reach the other, while Britain went through major social and industrial revolutions that shaped its language. America's version of English developed with its own unique influences, including interactions with Native American tribes and other European settlers. This geographic separation was the key ingredient that allowed two distinct varieties of English to emerge from one common source. One of the biggest and most visible differences came from spelling. In the early 1800s, an American lexicographer named Noah Webster decided to reform English spelling. His goal was to make it more logical, simpler, and distinctly American, creating a cultural identity separate from Britain. He famously changed color to color, center to center, and theater to theater. These changes weren't random. They were part of a deliberate effort to assert linguistic independence. This is why today you can often tell if something was written by an American or a Brit just by looking at a few keywords. Now for the most surprising part, pronunciation. The typical American R sound is actually older than the modern British pronunciation. In words like car and hard, Americans pronounce the R, which is known as a rhotic accent. Before the 1700s, this was common in Britain too. However, after the American Revolution, the upper classes in southern England started dropping the R sound as a status symbol. This new, non-rhotic accent became the prestigious received pronunciation we associate with British English today. Americans, separated by an ocean, simply kept the original way of speaking. So, in a way, the American accent is more historically correct in this regard. As both regions grew and developed different lifestyles, new words were needed to describe their new realities. This led to a huge split in vocabulary. British English kept many traditional terms related to its own culture and history. Meanwhile, American English became a melting pot. Borrowing words from Native American languages, like moccasin and squash, as well as from Dutch settlers like cookie and Spanish, like rodeo. Later, new inventions created different terms. For instance, the British called the new automotive machine a lorry, while Americans called it a truck. The British took a holiday and used a torch, while Americans went on vacation and used a flashlight. With the rise of the British Empire, UK English spread across the globe to countries like Australia, India, and South Africa. For a long time, it was the dominant form of global English. But in the 20th century, the tables began to turn. American English gained massive influence through Hollywood movies, popular music, the tech industry, and the internet. Today, both varieties play a huge role in shaping what we call global English. Neither is more correct than the other. They are simply different, each with its own rich history and cultural footprint. So, British and American English became different due to centuries of history. Distance, deliberate spelling reforms, evolving pronunciations, and unique cultural influences. But in the end, they remain two branches of the same family, tree-connected, constantly evolving, and endlessly fascinating. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more linguistic journeys.